Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. So this is going to be a juicy video that I believe is still going to be very good for long-term Palantir investors, because I want to show you what is the FUD that is out there and why that is good for us as investors, that there is all this FUD out there. And yeah, you're gonna see. So first of all, Jim Cramer says that Palantir and C3AI are not even real companies. He thinks that Palantir is just a series of press releases. And you know, there is this inverse Cramer fund, and a lot of times if he endorses a company, it goes down, or if he speaks against the company, it goes up. So I actually took it as a good sign that he said this. But for any of you doubters out there, I wanted to show you what else he also said about the same company at a much higher stock price. So you have to, it's not the same company and he told you to buy it and then the price went up now, and now he's telling you not to buy it anymore. No. It's like the same company. It was almost 4x from what it is today. Then he liked it. Now the same company is 4 times cheaper and he doesn't like it. So I can't make this up. You get
Palantir, the long-term play.
Long-term play, yes, because I think they do great technology. Unfortunately, we don't really know exactly what they're up to. They have a lot of contracts that we can't break into, but I do think that cybersecurity is good, and I think that Palantir is right.
My question is simple. Is now the time to double down on Palantir?
Well, I don't think this is the time to double down. I mean, it's at 23. It's a, I really like to double down when something has come down significantly. Now, I think it is a great software company. Unfortunately, a lot of it's black box. We're not sure what they're doing. It's also been propped up because it is that's not a fair term, but it's a Kathy Wood stock, and that's ARK Investments, but it's good. But no, you don't double down until something's come down significant enough to change your basis. Palantir is a buy. They have special technology. I wish we knew all the contracts because it's involved with the government. A lot of it's black box, but they are a very good company, and I say you should buy Palantir.
So you heard him right. So buy at 23 and suddenly hates the company now that it's below 8. Pretty weird if you ask me. But again, this is very good for us. So now I want to show you a podcast with a few guys that I really like. And actually these 2 guys that talk against Palantir, I really respect them, but somehow they're idiots when it comes to Palantir. And the reason why I want to show you this short clip is because this exact points that they bring up, I know that a lot of people have, and a lot of people are held back from investing into Palantir, or even if they're invested into Palantir, they have these exact questions. So I want to tell you after the video why all of this is good and what it has to do with us as Palantir investors.
It's not C3AI, not any of these other companies. So I think, I'm just playing around, but it's a pushback against this argument that they're not getting shit done.
No.
I'm not saying
that's not my argument. I think you don't listen to our argument.
Yeah, I'm not saying.
Carlos says they're CIA shills, and he doesn't want to invest in CIA shills. That's his argument. My argument, as I always said, they're a niche business. As soon as they're not a niche business, and CARP is removed, those 2 things,
CARP being removed,
then I am willing to invest in Palantir, because CARP is my problem, not Palantir itself with the software. And the fact when they're not a niche business and not only Fortune 500 companies can afford them. And you can't fight that because they're expensive and they need engineers to send to your business. You can't actually say they're not what I'm saying right now. So when they're a piece of software you download and they charge you some money for its use, then that's a different business.
But it's probably not going to be possible because
It'll be possible.
Because the level of
it will be
detail.
possible.
I think the level of detail that they offer, it requires them to be sort of embedded in a way that it's not like a software.
No, but I think they can make another layer for consumers, and then I think they become just a more widespread business. I think that is possible.
By the way, these are actually good points. So let's continue, but this is a valid question that a lot of people are asking.
They're not, so why would I even care about them?
They might do a lighter version of the software. We know that they're trying to get into commercial. So it's I think Tom Nash said this: if they succeed in 1 or 2 of their commercial endeavors, that becomes a cost of not doing business with Palantir, right? If it does give you some sort of competitive advantage, then essentially everyone has to use it to just level the playing field. So I can see all of that. I just don't believe in the company, and I certainly do not believe in that kooky CEO. I don't believe he's trying to make us money. I don't believe he's trying to make investors money, or that he's that he has good intentions. He's a human being. This is my personal belief.
Yeah, so
And
it's not
I have
not
to
what
say,
you said.
full stop.
We have different reasons for not investing.
Yeah.
Totally different. By the way,
In
the
Clark
real,
I trust, Cameron Vincent.
the real
All right.
Jo-
So
the
you're
real
going to take
Josh
$25,000. You're going to take $25,000 of your kid's money. You're going to put it in Palantir and trust Clark with it over someone like Elon Musk with a proven track record. It's just like at the end of the day, we're trying to make money, guys. This is not a sports teams. You know what I mean? Like this is money. This is business,
Yeah,
man.
this is not the
is
Mets.
freaking
They don't
business.
want- they've never
Yeah,
won.
you're going to spend.
How are you? Wait. How are you?
$25,000 on Mets? Come on.
How are you saying? Are you saying this is freaking business with all your bravado, and Microsoft, the best SaaS enterprise distribution company in the world, partners with a tiny little $15 billion company to do business?
Well, why haven't they pumped right now? Where was Palantir when we went to
Wait,
war
you're
and they
gonna
were
go-
going to save us? This was the point of my video. This is the point of the video that I did. It's like, when is the environment going to be right for Palantir stock to jump? When is that moment that everyone jumps on board Palantir? It's not about being gap profitable. Where's the narrative? What's the story that makes everyone jump on board and go, oh my God, like they're heavily shorted and then they bounce back? Like, what is it? If they're saving us at...
So very, very good points. And actually the moment when I happened to see this podcast the same day that Jim Cramer came out, and I thought I have to make a video about this because this is actually really good for us. This shows that we're very, very early investors and we are getting the best price that Palantir is ever going to be. And let me tell you why. So a lot of people don't know that the stock market is actually supply and demand, right? So if there is more buyers who want to buy, the price goes up. If there's more people who want to sell, the price goes down. This is pretty simple. But what a lot of people don't understand and they misunderstand is that for something to continue to go up, the only way is that you have more and more and more customers putting more and more amount of money. So let's say you have 10 buyers for Palantir and they want to buy everybody $1,000, right? And let's say you get a $10 price. For you to go to 12, now you need 12 buyers or you need 10 buyers who want to buy for $12,000. So either the money or the amount of customers have to increase, right? So there comes a point in Bitcoin, in the stock market, and any point when any possible person who has bought or is going to buy has bought the thing. And what happens at that time? This is when you get the peak ecstasy, the peak FOMO about the thing, because everybody, including your Uber driver, your grandmother, has bought the thing, and that is the top. Because it's not even fundamentally but mechanically it is the top, because it's impossible to go higher from that point, because there's not a wider circle of new next buyers or new next money to come into this thing. So this is why a lot of people somehow sheep into things at the top, because that's when everybody is convincing everybody that this is the right thing to do. And what's even more misunderstood is that's the exact thing that happens at the bottom, because the only way that you can get a price to go lower is that you need more and more sellers selling bigger and bigger amounts, right? So usually at the bottom, you have the peak negativity when everybody hates a certain stock, when everybody is against the stock. And this is, the best time to buy something, right? So the reason why all this negativity around Palantir and people not understanding how come the price is not going up when we're at war, Carp should resign, and if he would resign, the stock would 3x, and they're a niche consultancy, and people don't really see how Palantir can succeed. This is all super, super good for us, because when everybody agrees on a trade, or a lot of people agree on a trade. So if you are watching, Cramer agreeing that Palantir is a good buy and a lot of people agreeing that Palantir is a good buy, it means that you're somewhere towards the peak, right? Because a lot of people agree on this. And you get the biggest flip and the biggest risk also, this is, something to be transparent about, is when you are towards the bottom and people don't like it and they don't see it, and it creates like an asymmetry in the market. And a very good comparison to this is Tesla. I remember Tesla, I have been following Tesla since 2013, and I can tell you that before the price 10x in 2019, Elon Musk was being investigated by the SEC. He was generally hated on Wall Street. There was so many people upset with him. and then the stock price 10x. And Tesla is still a very, very, very good company, right? But you're probably not going to get the same 10x. No, I actually guarantee you that you're not going to get the same 10x that the stock price 10x is that you got in 2019. And that is because so many people agree now that it's a good trade. And that alone pushes the price so much up that there is limited upside. I think Tesla is a very, very good investment. And I think that it's going to easily give you, 10, 20% per year for very, very long time into the future. But this, mooning that it did in 2019, that is simply over because so many people know about the company now. So many people agree that it's a super good company. But Palantir, it has a much higher risk, but it still is able to do, again, the key point is like it could happen, that it 10x's like Tesla did in a very, very fast fashion when people realize what the company really is, and they realize, oh my God, they have so many ways how they can monetize the system, and they start proving it out. Also very important that it happens in the physical universe. So the fact that you hear all this negativity, you really need to research and know Palantir. You need to follow and subscribe to a channel like this, and even maybe check out the Patreon for exclusive information. And you really need to know the data so that you don't get scared and paper-handed when all this FUD comes your way. And that is going to continue to come your way until Palantir is very, very understood. And when the stock price is going to be 30, 40, 50, 60, Cramer is going to come on again and tell you, I knew it all the time. They were a very good company. And it was so obvious that, they were never going to fail because they are this and that. But we all know that that's not what he said now. So anyways, I wish you guys happy Easter. I'm happy that you tuned in. Let me know your thoughts about what I said. Please make sure that you're subscribed, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.